exercise and mindfulness to really get the week started off right. I know that personally, when I spend time for mindfulness and create the space to really drop into my body and where I am and how I feel, that it connects me in a way that I don't get normally connected if I just rush through my morning procedure and do everything that I need to do and then hop in the car and get to work and open up my inbox. So it really is a wonderful way for me personally to really check in. And I notice that the more present I am with myself, the more present I can be with others, and the more present I can be with my work. And that it's just a win-win-win. So I'm happy that y'all are joining us for another Mindful Mondays. Let's dive right in. So go ahead and start by getting comfortable wherever you are. Maybe do some wiggling, release any tension. And get connected to your breath. Just notice the sensations that come with breathing. Maybe you notice it in your nose, if you're inhaling through your nose. Maybe you notice it in the rising and the falling of your belly or your chest. Maybe you notice some areas when you breathe into them that you feel just a little bit of tension or even a little bit of pain. And just notice all of those sensations as you're getting connected to your breath and finding some stillness inside of you, even if the space around you isn't so still. Noticing all the sounds, noticing the temperature, just noticing all of the bodily sensations. And today we're going to do a little practice in really making deep contact with our body. So we're going to start by taking our awareness and bringing it to our toes. Maybe you want to scrunch your toes up and release them, wiggle them around a little bit. Just notice what it's like in your toes and release any tension or holding that you feel in your toes with a message of appreciation and gratitude. That tension served a purpose at one point, but it no longer serves. And the more space that we find, the more tension that we release, the more energy we'll have available to engage. And moving up with that same ball of awareness to our feet, arches of our feet, tops of our feet, our heels, and moving up again into our ankles. And just noticing if you can find some space in your ankles. Noticing all of the many joints, bones, ligaments, muscles. Just releasing and finding space in your ankles. Now onto our calves, our shins. Go ahead and tighten up those muscles and release them, feeling an even deeper sense of relaxation as your muscles are just melting away. Any tension is being released, again with that message of appreciation and gratitude. And up to our knees, finding space in our knees, feeling all of the joints and muscles open up and release even further. Now moving up to our thighs, ahead and give those a nice squeeze. Feel all of the tension, feel that squeezing, and release it. Letting those muscles just melt away into a deeper sense of relaxation, a deeper sense of spaciousness and openness. And now moving up to our hips, to our pelvic floor, our lower back. Once again, just finding that space, using your attention and your imagination to just open up all of those areas. Imagining that space increasing as everything opens up and settles just a little bit deeper. Now moving up to our abdomen and our lower back. Maybe tighten the muscles of your abdomen and release. Finding that spaciousness. Now moving up to our ribs, both front and back. Just giving permission for your ribs to move freely. Finding that space in between each individual rib, so that when you breathe in, you open up that space even more. And as you exhale, you settle into a new sense of spaciousness for your rib cage to move freely with each inhalation and exhalation. And now moving to our upper back, just notice, now that we've reached this spot in our spines, all of this space between each vertebrae in your back. And see if you can give permission for more space to exist. Feel that straightening effect in your back as the space in between your vertebrae opens and increases. Now working down our arms. Go ahead and feel your upper arms, your biceps and your triceps. Give them a good squeeze. And then release. And moving into our elbows, finding that spaciousness, allowing the joints there to open up and relax. And down to our forearms. Squeeze those forearms. Feel the tension just a little bit harder, a little bit tighter, and then release. Letting each one of those releases really drop in not only that body part, but the rest of our bodies too. Just noticing the connection between everything, and that when we release one area, all of the areas are given permission to just release a little bit more. Now moving on to our hands. Go ahead and give those a nice squeeze. Curl in those fingers, squeeze with your thumbs tight as you can. Make that fist and relax them. And just notice, especially in your hands, the ability for that spaciousness in between all of the joints where the bones connect to really open up your hands. Feel your fingers growing longer as that space increases. And now coming back up our arms into our shoulders. Maybe give them a good shrug up to your ears. And then relax them, letting your shoulder blades float down your back. And finding a spot where you're not pinning your shoulders down, trying to hold them back. You're not squeezing them up, holding tension in that way. It's just a nice relaxed spot for your shoulders to be. There's no tension, and they have the freedom to move up and down and in and out as they please. And now moving up to our necks, just notice Any areas where you're holding tension in your neck. And let it go. Once again with that message of appreciation and gratitude. And once again connecting to all those tiny vertebrae in your neck. Feeling that spaciousness increase between all the vertebrae, giving you new space to move. Releasing any sort of curl or crunch. To just be free and spacious. Now let's move up to our jaws. A lot of us hold tension in our jaws. Just relax them. Giving no mind to how goofy you might look as your mouth starts to hang open from your jaw relaxing. Feel everywhere along your jaw how it connects up near your ears. And releasing those muscles. Moving on to our mouth and our lips. Releasing any tension we hold there. And up into our cheeks. Just feel our cheeks drop down our face. So all the tension is released. And again, with a message of appreciation and gratitude for that energy having served its purpose, but it no longer being needed. And into our nose. See if you can feel your nostrils open up as all of the muscles around your nose relax and loosen. Moving up to our eyes. Just feel the backs of your eyes relax. Those muscles that direct our eyes no longer needed at this point. So they can just relax. And our eyebrows as well. Moving up to our forehead. Just feel your forehead drop. All the tension just melting out. And then moving up to our scalp. Just feeling our scalp melt and settle as it drops away any tension that we're holding in our scalp. Now that we've completed this checking in with our body, just notice where you are. Notice how you feel inside your body. And release any tension that might have arisen in other body parts as we've focused on others. Just notice the difference between how you feel now and how you felt at the beginning of the exercise. And imagine yourself using this technique whenever you have a few free moments and you're feeling a little foggy or dissociated. Imagine how you can work this technique into your everyday life, whether at work or at home. And use this as a resource to reconnect with our body, to drop out of our minds. As the body is incapable of living in the past or the future. It's always right here, right now. As we discussed in last week's Mindful Monday meditation. When we live in the future, we're full of anxiety. When we live in the past, we're full of longing and depression. So a good tool to live in the present moment is to reconnect with our bodies. And what better way to reconnect with our bodies than to bring them our loving awareness, giving it permission to relax, to just be as it is, to hold us ever so gently. If you have your eyes closed, go ahead and blink them open. Once again, finding yourself in the space. And invite everybody to carry this sense of presence in the body as completely and gently as you can throughout the day today. To use your body as an anchor, to come back whenever you feel depressed or anxious. To just be in the present moment. Thanks again, everybody, for joining for another Bluebird Mindful Monday. Hope you have a wonderful week ahead, and we'll see you next week.